Everyone watches these players expecting goals and assists, but what they're delivering instead is endless arguments.
You finish the attack because you bring back, mate.
That's what I say. You have to finish this something.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe's time at Madrid started with Bellingham being constantly irritated and Vinicius Jr. ignoring him. The deadly four attack, combining Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Jude Bellingham, promised a stream of goals and assists. But instead of that, Madrid has delivered drama. Endless arguing on the pitch, tactical confusion, and disappointing results have left fans and pundits stunned. Is Mbappé the reason behind the disappointing results? Because this all started with the come of Kylian Mbappé, Vinicius. From the very start, it was clear that combining stars like Mbappé and Vinicius Jr. would be a challenge. Both players prefer operating on the left flank, but neither seemed willing to adapt their natural positioning. This overlap created confusion, with the two often occupying the same spaces rather than complementing each other. While Mbappé has the versatility to play on the left, right, or center, the transition hasn't been smooth. As a central striker, Mbappé has only managed 6 goal contributions in 13 La Liga games this season, far below expectations for a player of his caliber. The lack of chemistry in attack has been missing, and coach Carlo Ancelotti has struggled to find a solution. His attempts to experiment with different formations have only worsened the problem, as the team's rhythm remains missing. Despite Mbappé not delivering as expected, Vinicius is on fire with 12 goal contributions in La Liga, including a hat-trick against Osasuna, a goal against AC Milan, and another hat-trick against Dortmund. This isn't the first time Mbappé has faced challenges. Let's go back to 2022. Mbappé renewed his contract with PSG in exchange for some ridiculous powers. Mbappé got power to decide about transfers coming in, the appointment of coach Christophe Galtier, and the tension in the team increases while Mbappé got more and more power. At PSG, his partnerships with superstars like Messi and Neymar also suffered tensions. Neymar clashed with Mbappé, and those tensions reportedly spilled over into the dressing room. In fact, Neymar even warned fellow Brazilian players, including Vinicius and Rodrigo, about the difficulties of playing alongside Mbappé. These dynamics seem to be repeating themselves, leaving Real Madrid in a similar state of disarray. At Real Madrid, he isn't the undisputed superstar. That role belongs to Vinicius Jr. The Brazilian, he can be seen as the deserved Ballon d'Or winner, has established himself as the face of the team. His improved performances, amazing skills, and ability to deliver in big moments have overshadowed Mbappé's presence. This dynamic has led to an unusual situation for Mbappé, who is used to being the centerpiece of any team. At PSG, the squad was built around him. But at Madrid, Vinicius has already built a strong status with the fans and teammates. This shift in hierarchy has reportedly affected Mbappé's confidence and his integration into the team. Moreover, the chemistry between Vinicius and Rodrigo, developed over years of playing together for both Madrid and Brazil, further isolates Mbappé. While the trio has moments of brilliance, there's a clear lack of synergy compared to previous Real Madrid attacks. Also, the tension within the squad has occasionally spilled onto the pitch, adding fuel to the speculation. One example that grabbed headlines occurred during a match against a mid-table opponent. On a crucial counterattack, Vinicius Jr. made an intelligent run into space, expecting a through ball from Mbappé. Instead, Mbappé chose to take the shot himself, missing the opportunity and drawing visible frustration from Vinicius. Cameras caught the Brazilian throwing his hands in the air in exasperation, a clear sign of discord. Similarly, during another game, Jude Bellingham appeared to exchange heated words with Mbappé after the latter failed to track back and defend during a critical moment. These instances are small on their own, but collectively paint a worrying picture of a fractured team dynamic. Other players, such as Rodrigo, and even leaders like Luka Modric, are said to have concerns. Modric, who has seen his position diminish due to a shift from 4 midfielders to 3 midfielders due to the quartet. Real Madrid is no stranger to high-profile squads with superstar egos. The Galacticos era of the early 2000s saw similar issues arise, with players like David Beckham, Zinedine Zidane, and Ronaldo Nazario competing for the spotlight. While that team achieved some success, their inability to maintain harmony ultimately limited their potential. The current situation with Mbappé mirrors some of those challenges. Balancing big personalities requires careful management, and while Carlo Ancelotti has a history of keeping squads united, even he may find this a very difficult task. Another crucial point is Jude Bellingham, who is currently suffering under the cum of Mbappé. Last season, he was the main man, registering 27 goals and 15 assists. This season, the counter is still on only 1 goal and 2 assists. You may think why, but it is really making sense. Last season, Real Madrid was playing with a 4-4-2 formation, with Bellingham operating as an attacking midfielder, delivering goals and assists, and sometimes even plays as a central attacker. Last season, this gave him the ability to influence the game in the build-up and in the final third. Last season, under Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid primarily operated in a 4-4-2 formation. This system allowed Bellingham to play in a hybrid role as an attacking midfielder, frequently pushing forward as a second striker. The setup created space for him to attack the penalty box, enabling him to deliver goals and assists consistently. With the arrival of Mbappé, however, Ancelotti has shifted to a 4-3-3 formation to accommodate the Fantastic Four: Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Bellingham. While this new formation allows all 4 stars to be on the pitch simultaneously, it has forced Bellingham to adjust his role drastically. In the current 4-3-3 setup, Bellingham is no longer the main attacking point. Instead, he's been tasked with playing as a box-to-box midfielder, a role that demands more defensive responsibilities and greater physical exertion. This shift has limited his freedom to join attacks regularly, confining him to deeper areas of the pitch where his goal-scoring instincts are less effective. Moreover, the presence of Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., and Rodrigo in the front 3 means there's less space for Bellingham to exploit in the final third. His late runs into the box, a hallmark of his game last season, are now less impactful because the front line often occupy the attacking areas. This new role is not only affecting Bellingham's stats, but also taking a toll on his overall performance. As a box-to-box midfielder, he's required to cover much more ground, often tracking back to support the defense, and then surging forward to aid the attack. While Bellingham is known for his stamina and work rate, the increased workload has visibly hindered his ability to influence games in the same way he did last season. Additionally, the psychological impact of no longer being the main man cannot be ignored. Last season, the team was built around him. This year, the focus has shifted to accommodating Mbappé and the rest of the front line. This shift in dynamics has seemingly affected his confidence and ability to take charge in crucial moments. Rodrigo. With the recent injury of Rodrigo, the team's right flank has been left exposed, providing Carlo Ancelotti with an opportunity to rethink his tactical approach. This could be the perfect moment for Ancelotti to go back to his old favorite 4-4-2 formation, a system that has historically brought balance and success to his teams. In this setup, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappé could operate as a dynamic strike partnership. Vinicius, with his pace and creativity, would thrive in a freer role alongside Mbappé, whose versatility and goal-scoring instincts could complement Vinicius's playmaking abilities. Together, they could create an amazing duo capable of breaking down defenses through a combination of speed, skill, and precision. The most significant advantage of this switch, however, would be the restoration of Jude Bellingham to his former role as an attacking midfielder. In last season's 4-4-2 system, Bellingham excelled by playing just behind the strikers, a position that allowed him to influence the game in the final third. His late runs into the box, vision, and ability to link midfield and attack were critical to Real Madrid's success. By moving him back to this role, Ancelotti could unlock Bellingham's full potential once again, enabling him to contribute more goals and assists. Switching to a 4-4-2 wouldn't just benefit the attack, it could also bring much-needed stability to the midfield. The double pivot in the center of the park could be manned by experienced players like Luka Modric and Aurelien Tchouaméni, or a combination of Tchouaméni and Camavinga. This pairing would provide defensive solidity while allowing the wide midfielders, such as Federico Valverde or Brahim Diaz, to contribute both offensively and defensively. The 4-4-2 system could also strengthen Real Madrid's defensive structure. With two banks of 4, the team would be better equipped to absorb pressure and maintain shape during transitions. This formation could address some of the defensive vulnerabilities that have been exposed in the 4-3-3 system, especially when facing teams that counterattack quickly. By reverting to the 4-4-2, Ancelotti wouldn't just find a solution to Rodrigo's absence, he'd also create a system that plays to the strengths of all his key players. Give Mbappé a central role that allows him to maximize his goal-scoring opportunities. Give Vinicius Jr. more freedom to roam and create chances without being restricted to the wing. Give Bellingham a return to his most effective position where he can influence the game offensively. But the question remains, can Mbappé adapt to a system where he isn't the primary focal point? Or will his struggles to coexist with Vinicius and Bellingham define his time at Madrid? Will Madrid win the La Liga or the Champions League? Let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe.